Hello everyone, welcome to Lab Talk with Abdos. When we talk about the future of life sciences, we often spotlight the breakthrough discoveries or the cutting edge technologies. But behind every breakthrough is a lab, and behind every lab is an interconnected ecosystem of everyday decisions. So, starting from manufacturers who are designing the reliable tools, to the distributors who are ensuring the timely access, to researchers and scientists who are choosing how these tools are going to be applied, these seamlessly small choices quietly shape the quality, speed, and the impact of scientific progress. Today, we will explore how the life sciences are evolving in 2026 and, more importantly, how the laboratories are transforming to keep the pace with that change. To help us make the sense of these shifts, we are joined by Mr. Anthony Spiller, who is a seasoned leader in the global life sciences ecosystem. With decades of experience working closely with the manufacturers, distributors, laboratories, and a complete network across the international market, he brings us a deep practical understanding of how the labs operate, balancing the precision, scalability, quality, and rapidly evolving the scientific demands. So here we have Mr. Anthony. Welcome to the Lab Talks with Abdos. We are delighted to have you with us today.
Hello, Panima. Thank you for having me here on Abdos LabTalk. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you both ways. To start off with, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. How would you characterize the life sciences landscape when we talk of like 2026 going ahead?
Cyber is getting faster, a bit more precise, and far more connected. AI has also stepped into the research, almost like a co-pilot, helping scientists design experiments, interpret complex data, and reduce trial and error. At the same time, I think precision medicine is pushing labs to work with smaller volumes and more variables, where accuracy becomes critical. We're also seeing advanced therapies like cell and gene therapies raising the stake even further, and these workflows are far more complex, more sensitive, and less forgiving. And all of this is happening while research becomes increasingly global, with labs across countries starting to collaborate and sharing data.
So I think building on that, it's clear that these scientific advances don't happen in isolation. So as the workflows grow, it becomes more complex and interconnected. Where the labs are relying more heavily on the manufacturers as well as the distributors to deliver them with not just the products, but also the consistencies, reliabilities, and expertise at every step. So, how do you see these expectations reshaping the way labs and their partners are working together?
Exactly. We're seeing a real shift, really, from transactional relationships to true partnerships. Laboratories today expect manufacturers and distributors alike to understand their workflows, anticipate their challenges, and help standardize their processes across sites. I think the most successful partnerships are those where suppliers bring not only products, but also technical expertise,
Yes.
digital
Yes.
integration, and operational support as well. And I think in many ways, they're becoming an extension of the lab, helping researchers focus more on discovery while ensuring the underlying systems are reliable, scalable, and compliant, of course.
Definitely. So, if we talk of them as a bench for a moment, so how do you feel that modern laboratory are different from that what it was a few years ago?
So yeah, the modern lab is no longer just a place where experiments happen. It's a system, an ecosystem, like you said. The goal isn't speed alone, but repeatable quality. Labs want more workflows that are intuitive, easy to train on and understand. There's a strong push towards reducing manual intervention, minimizing errors, and ensuring that every step flows logically into the next. I think also space optimization and ergonomics are also becoming important. The modern lab is designed to support both efficiency and also the people working in it.
So almost if you say in that way, they are just like moving from the manual workshops to more of well organized production lines, but specifically for science.
Yeah, indeed. That's a good analogy.
So okay, so going ahead, what would be your point? Like if labware is often seen earlier as elementary in research, so what is your perception in this particular thought?
I think as everything else becomes advanced, the basics can no longer fail. Labware is like the foundation of a building. You don't notice it when it's strong, but if it's inconsistent, everything else above it starts to suffer. As experiments become more sensitive and data-driven, I think researchers are realizing that kind of pipetting accuracy, material quality, and batch-to-batch consistency directly affects their outcomes, which obviously they're now starting to pay more attention to.
So it's no longer just a tip or just a tube.
No.
They are also adopting more advanced data-driven approaches. And what once was considered as a routine lab work is now considered and recognized as a critical component of the experimental integrity. So, how is this change, or how is this changing the way labs evaluate, they qualify, or they standardize these particular tools, which they rely every day? So, what is the change for their reliance on the new standardized tools?
Well, I think when labs are handling small volumes, running parallel experiments, or collaborating across sites, consistency becomes non-negotiable now. Ergonomic design matters more than ever, and comfortable, well-designed labware reduces fatigue and also improves precision over long working hours, which more and more of us are doing. Automation is another factor. As labs adopt automation, liquid handling, and digital workflows, labware must seamlessly integrate with these systems. If consumables don't fit the workflow, automation loses its advantage, of course.
So definitely they are becoming more strategic choices rather than just a routine purchase of the labwares.
Absolutely, yeah. Researchers are increasingly expecting labware manufacturers like Abdos to understand real lab workflows, storage challenges, training realities, and daily usage, not just technical specifications. And I think good labware supports the workflow quietly and reliably, allowing scientists to focus on the science itself and enable discovery.
Definitely, you are putting all these pointers in the direction where today's science and the labs are going ahead. But one another topic which always catches the eye remains the sustainability and the responsible behaviors. So, what do you think to sustainability being this topic, how it fits into the modern lab practices these days?
So yeah, sustainability has matured with the lab really. It's no longer about big statements, it's about kind of smarter choices. Labs want to reduce their waste while optimizing material usage, but without compromising on performance or compliance, which is hard sometimes. Sustainable labware today focuses on kind of thoughtful design, using materials efficiency, reducing unnecessary packaging, and helping labs operate responsibly without adding complexity. Most manufacturers, including Abdos, are adopting sustainable packaging and responsible supply. And Calibre Scientific is committed to responsible sustainability, and we encourage all our customers to do what they can, recycling as many lab consumables as they can with our recycling schemes.
Yeah, thank you for putting up those words. Definitely, companies like us are moving away ahead and keeping our environment and the sustainable efforts in mind. But before we wrap up, there is always like a, if I say there's one mind set shift which labs should adopt, according to you, to stay future ready, what it would be?
I say stop treating tools and labware as background noise. When labs view their tools and labware as partners in their research rather than just supplies, everything improves. Data quality, efficiency, collaboration, and even morale. The future of science isn't just about smarter ideas, but smarter labs that support those everyday ideas.
So you have just wrapped in it in like a very smart statement, indeed, because the science evolves, labs, tools, mindset, everything evolves. That is going to support, and it must evolve too with our upcoming futures in 2026 and the years to go ahead. So, thank you, Mr. Anthony, for joining us in this Lab Talk series. We are woven to have you and have your insights, like where the labs as well as the manufacturers and the distributor. So, together, this whole relationship is going ahead and supporting the science in a better way. Thank
Fantastic.
you.
Thanks for your time. See you again.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. What today's conversation reinforces is that the future of life sciences isn't just about what we discover, but how we work every day in the lab. Smarter workflows, reliable tools, and the strong partnerships are becoming just as important as the breakthrough ideas. So, thank you, Mr. Anthony, for joining us and sharing your insights. And thank you for everyone listening to Lab Talks with Abdos. We will be back soon with more conversations on the trends shaping the modern laboratories and the scientific progress. Thank you.
Abdos Life Sciences. Advancing science with quality.